Hey, welcome to the first segment of Ask Mark.
Ask Mark!
That's me, I'm Mark. And in these videos, we're going to be talking about cocktails, wine, that's it, no personal stuff. So today's question is, what is today's question?
So Mark, the first question is, what is wine?
Oh, what is wine? So good question. So wine is a alcoholic fermented beverage which comes from grapes. In this case, it comes from white grapes and red grapes. I know it's black, I know it's green. But what ends up happening is you'll get a white grape and a red grape and you'll squeeze them so the juice comes out. Just like that.
White wine comes from white grapes?
Yeah, so white wine will come with this, you'll get rid of that. And then red wine, you'll leave with the skins to develop color and it's gonna turn into red wine. So you add some yeast and the yeast will eat the sugars in the grape juice and that's gonna turn into carbon dioxide and to alcohol. The carbon dioxide will evaporate and you're left with fermented grape juice, which is wine. And that's how wine's made. Yeah.
So the next question is, what types of wine are there? Is it just red and white?
There's actually more. So if I clear all this, whoa, crazy. What's this? It's wine. So magic of YouTube, that can work too. So what we have? We have some white wine. In this case, this is a Riesling. So forward there, hopefully you can see it. So it's made of white grapes, yes, the Riesling grape. Other things you might find in the bottle store are Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc. You might find some Chenin Blanc from South Africa, maybe. Unknown ones, maybe Torrontés, Gewürztraminer.
What's your favorite?
Riesling. We have Riesling, and it's my favorite.
Why?
Because it's fresh and zesty. Yeah. So next we have red wine, made from red grapes. This one's Cabernet Sauvignon. And other ones you might find Merlot, Shiraz is very popular in Australia. Pinot Noir is my favorite.
Why?
Because it's very lush and fruity and light and delicious. Other ones you might have heard of, Malbec, Grenache, very popular in Spain, so is Tempranillo. Yeah, that's red. Yo.
Next category.
Rosé.
Pink wine.
Pink wine.
Pink? Well, it's pink wine. Is rosé made of a mixture of red and white wine?
Yes and no. No, in a sense that all rosé is made with 100% red grapes, and then they take the skins off before it gets too colorful, so it turns out pink. The exception is in a place called Champagne in France, which is it's an actual region, where they mix red grapes and white grapes together to create rosé.
Okay.
Only place in the world that can do it.
Do you like pink wine?
I love pink wine. I love rosé from Provence.
Real men can drink pink wine.
That's right. Real men drink rosé. Next category, we got sparkling wine.
Bubbles!
Bubbles. That's right. So this is a Prosecco. It comes from Italy, originally where Prosecco comes from, but they make it in Australia too as well. So they got sparkling wine, that's what we call it here in Australia and in New Zealand. In South Africa, they call it Method Classique. In Spain, they call it Cava, which is delicious and good price point too. Germany, they have Sekt.
Schmetterling!
Butterfly. Yeah, and that's sparkling wine. And then you've got sparkling rosé, which falls under this category here.
What is the bubbles?
So, simplified version, they fermented the second time in bottle, and the carbon dioxide gets stuck in the bottle, and it dissolves into the wine. That's right. And the cheap stuff comes from the pressure, the gas added to it, like soft drink. That's your passion pulp.
So it's like the show Soda Stream.
Yes, a soda stream. That's right. You can make your own champagne at home. sparkling wine with SodaStream.
Moving on.
Moving on. All right. So next category. So we have dessert wine.
Sweet wine.
Lovely, luscious, delicious.
What makes the wine sweet?
So what the winemaker does is he leaves the grapes on the vine for a little bit longer, and that sort of makes them a bit more pruny. It increases the sugar level of the grapes, and then when they press it and they ferment it, they stop the fermentation halfway and leave sugar inside the juice. So you end up with something with lower alcohol, but much sweeter as well. And there's this one, yeah. So this doesn't actually say a grape variety on it, but it's made in the Hunter Valley, so it's probably made with Semillon grapes. You can make dessert wine with Semillon, you can do it with Riesling, you can do it with Chenin Blanc as well. They're very popular varieties to make dessert wine. All right, next category, we have fortified wine. So what we have here, this one's a tawny. I haven't been showing the bottle, but that's a tawny. So it's made in the same style as port. So how they make this is they'll make wine, and then they'll ferment it, and then through that fermentation they'll add neutral alcohol, which is just the brandy.
Or vodka.
It's not vodka, it's brandy. And then that'll kill the yeast and it'll up the alcohol level.
So
And
the alcohol content in a fortified wine is much higher than
typically it's much higher. This one sits at 18%, but then not all fortified wines are going to be sweet. Sometimes you get dry, like an Amontillado sherry or Manzanilla sherry. They're fortified wines, but they're dry. But port, your normal styles of sherry would be sweet. Yeah, and that's categories of wine.
Yay!
I'm gonna take my Riesling and my capstone. It's mine. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then like.
Thumbs up.
That's right. Put that thumbs up, and consider subscribing. And if you like the stuff that I covered today, or you have
burning questions.
those burning desires, then leave a comment below, and then I can answer them on askmark. Askmark. And so I'll see you next time. And thank you, and bye. Going to my lair.